Hello, welcome to today's video. We are on page 84 of the Classical Guitar Method, Volume 1. And the name of this chordal song is Scarborough Fair. So it says here that we are going to be strumming with any kind of pattern that we want. We're going to go ahead and start easy today with a nice downward stroke. And let's go ahead and look forward to a very special treat at the end of this video where we turn this from a strumming pattern to a picking pattern. And that should liven the piece a little bit more. Okay, so this is in 3/4 time, and let's go ahead and review the chords for this song, Scarborough Fair. The first one, as you can see there, is A minor, taking the first fret, string 2, and then second fret for strings 3 and 4, placing that with finger 1, 2, and 3 respectively. The strings are all the strings will be starting from this one here, down to the bottom, and excluding the low E string. Okay, here we go. So let's go ahead and just make sure that we have this chord pressed correctly, carefully. Let's go ahead and pluck all the strings to make sure nothing is muted. Everything sounds good. Sounds pretty good, yeah. Let's go ahead and strum it quickly, downward. Let's try nails. Okay, so that's our first chord right there, A minor. The next chord, E minor, I would recommend that you remove finger number 1, bring it up here to this string, string number 5, and then let go of string 3 there, so that you can press down on these 2 strings, and all the strings will be strummed. Let's try one at a time. Let's fix that. Oops, a little bit of a mute there. Bring it out a bit. Got to be careful there with that string G, because if you go too low, your second finger will mute it. Let's hear that. That's kind of like a mute. So bring it out a little bit more, so that you can hear it perfectly. All right, let's go ahead and strum it all. Start with the thumb, one at a time. Okay, and then the next chord is going to be our simple G chord. One at a time. And then the last chord is D, which we already know about. Sounds pretty good. Once we are comfortable and familiar with all of these chords, let's go ahead and just practice playing them one at a time. Let's do some downward quarter note strum patterns for each chord, for each. So we have A minor, E minor, G major, and D major. What we want to do is practice going from one chord to the next seamlessly without any kind of stops or hesitations. Okay, so starting with A minor, we'll apply the freezing technique to begin with. Here we go. So remember, starting string number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Go to E minor. 2, 3, 4. Pause. Go to G major. 2, 3, 4. Pause. D major. Alrighty, so that's that. Let's go ahead now try a seamless strum pattern or a seamless chord progression without any of those pauses or those freezing technique hesitations. Okay, starting with A minor. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, or back to A minor. So be comfortable going from one chord to the next because we don't know what the strum pattern is going to be or the chord progression will be here. Let's go ahead and discover this chord progression for Scarborough Fair. So remember, this is in 3/4 time, and so when we do the strums, we're going to do 3 chord notes down per measure. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at this music here. Ready, starting with A minor, 2 measures at the beginning. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 to E minor. 2, 3. 1, 2. Oh, I messed up. Let's try that again from the beginning. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Back to A minor. 1, 2, 3. 2 more measures. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 to D major. 1, 2, 3. Back to A minor. 1, 2, 3. 2 more measures. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. E minor. 1, 2, 3. Back to A minor. 1, 2, 3. G major. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. E minor. 1, 2, 3. G major. 2, 3. E minor. 2, 3. Back to A minor. 1, 2, 3. Or instead of doing those 1, 2, 3 quarter notes at the end, we can simply do a dotted half note. Okay, so let's go ahead and play through this again. I will be singing the lyrics as you play, so we can prepare to play this as a solo with myself as your teacher. Or if you want to sing along too, let's go ahead and have you sing along. Ready, here we go, from the beginning. 1, 2, 3. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Remember me to the one who lives there. She once was a true love of mine. So notice how I did mine. I added an extra measure as a dotted half note. You can do it either way. Alright, now let's go ahead and try this again. This time you will be strumming the quarter notes downward stroke as I will be playing the melody. And I'll go ahead and sing it along too. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Remember me to the one who lives there. 1, 2, 3. She once was a true love of mine. 1, 2, 3. Release. Okay, yeah. So I guess since I've been adding that measure at the end, a dotted half note, let's go ahead and just add a measure at the end to give it a nice, a nice settling progression. With that, I forget the word, but it gives it a nice closure, is what it does. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about now picking these chords instead of just strumming. And so when we decide upon picking, we want to apply the best notes, or in other words, the notes that apply or belong to the chord. One, two, 1, 2, 3. So when I like to pick, I like to just kind of pick around on the notes that are available in my chord. So with A minor, since that first note there is A, and we're going to go ahead and start by picking, remember we're in 3/4 time, and we're doing one note per beat. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then for E minor, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. For the D major, we just have these either one available. So go ahead and just choose among the notes that you would like to pick to make it sound a nice, good accompaniment with picking to the strumming. Let's go ahead and sing through as we do some picking. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Remember me to the one who lives there. She once was a true love of mine. So that's just a little ditty to apply as a picking accompaniment instead of playing just strumming chords or strumming patterns. Alright, so please practice this well, and we will see you at next lesson.